Okay, so since apparently a lot of you guys enjoyed my last off-the-cuff style video, and I have exactly like 30 minutes to work on this is going to be yet another scriptless, rambly type video. I hope you guys like it, and if you don't, remember, you encouraged me to do this. Alright, so let's talk about the FaZe Jarvis Fortnite ban. For those who don't know, FaZe Jarvis, whose real name is Jarvis K, and I have to say, I understand he's British, but a 17-year-old named Jarvis just sounds so weird. Anyway, focus. Jarvis, 17-year-old from England, very, very popular Fortnite content creator. The guy has over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. He's big time. Jarvis was recently issued a lifetime ban by Epic Games for cheating at Fortnite. He was creating videos where he was using aimbot, and for those who don't know, aimbot is a type of software that makes it so it's almost impossible to miss your shots in games. Now, I will say, because this is probably the best case for FaZe Jarvis, he was not using this in a competitive mode. So granted, he wasn't doing the usual thing hackers do, and in fact, even calling these people hackers is giving them too much credit. They didn't write the program themselves, they're just using someone else's software. They're just cheaters. Usually, cheaters do these things to rise through the ranks of competitive mode in video games. And at least Jarvis wasn't doing that. He wasn't playing in competitive mode, and he also wasn't using his main account, though that's kind of, we'll get to that later. Epic has made it very clear time and time again that they have, understandably so, zero tolerance for cheating. It ruins the game for legitimate players, and it's in their best interest to prevent that from happening anytime they can, any way they can. So when a big name content creator fully admits to be using performance enhancing software, what else are they going to do but ban the guy? That's their usual policy. If you're using something to gain unfair advantage over other players, you're going to get banned. Everybody knows this. Jarvis himself knows this, because in one of these videos, he says, don't do what I'm doing, I'm probably going to get banned, and which is probably why he was using an alt account. I saw a lot of Jarvis apologists saying that, you know, he's not using it in competitive mode, he's not gaining really anything by doing this, and it's an alt account that he doesn't really use. Yeah, because he knew he was going to get banned. That's why he didn't use his main account. That's not something that, in my opinion, exonerates him. This is just further evidence that he knew full well that he wasn't going to be able to do this for very long. And I will say this to the apologists. The fact that he's not doing this in competitive mode is utterly meaningless. We're talking about a 17-year-old, likely millionaire, YouTube millionaire. This is his job. It's his career. Putting out content, Fortnite-related content, is a cash cow for him. So it doesn't matter in what game mode he's playing, he's still making money, he's profiting off of this. And by the way, let's remember this, he's doing this by actively ruining other people's gaming experience. Because yeah, even though he's not playing competitive mode, it's still pretty upsetting to be playing against a cheater, let alone a cheater who's making a fortune off of what they're doing. My opinion is, no matter why you're using aimbot, you're still ruining other people's gaming experience, and it's actually way worse if you're a big-time content creator who's making money off of the videos you're making by using aimbot. If you're doing anything to ruin other people's experience, it's a shitty thing to do, I'm sorry. Like many other creators before him who were caught in the eye of the controversy storm, Jarvis put out a tearful apology video. And I can't help but feel that this is so manipulative. And it has to do with the edit. Now, the tearful apology video thing is pretty much a YouTube trope at this point, so we all expected him to do that. But the thing is, if you're putting out a video, right, and it's like very minimal editing or no editing whatsoever, and you get a little emotional, even if you're faking it, that'll come across a little more earnest. But when there's a bunch of jump cuts in the video and you go and you put your head down and you start crying, unconvincingly so, let me add, and then it cuts right then and there, I'm thinking, if you're cutting the video, you could have cut out the little emotional outburst, especially because it looks so fake. The fact that you chose to leave that there as you're editing, rendering, and putting the video up, it tells me that this is a creative decision. You wanted that to be right there, not unlike a filmmaker who wants the actor to react in a certain way and for that to be on camera. This is just a little short film, his performance of being very regretful of the things that he did, that's all it is. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. And like I said, it has to do with that edit. Also, let's not forget, Jarvis pulled that classy move of monetizing his apology video, which is coming up on almost 10 million views in under a week, which means he probably made something like some people's yearly salary for putting out a video where he's crying over the consequences of what he did. It's really hard to feel any sympathy for this kid, I'm sorry. Then, of course, we have the court of public opinion. Ninja, popular streamer, perhaps the #1 streamer in the world right now, chimed in with what I believe might be the dumbest take on the situation. Now, I will say right off the bat, I'm not a huge fan of Ninja. I've seen so many of his little outbursts and I'm not a fan of how the guy conducts himself. So I knew that whatever he said, I likely would not agree, and unfortunately in this case, I was right. There is a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, who then gets banned from what makes him money, and some kid who's just a piece of shit who has 0 followers, 0 money from gaming and hacks. Wait, what? Wait a second. So it should be okay for a kid to be banned for cheating because he doesn't have followers, but then a big name content creator should get a pass because he's making money off of the cheating? Shouldn't it be the other way around? If somebody's benefiting from their dishonesty, that's when something should happen to them. It's called consequences. You do something bad, and then something bad happens to you. And if you're making money off of doing that bad thing, it's actually way worse than somebody who's just doing it for fun. Am I crazy here? Why would you argue that a kid who's just doing it for shits and giggles is more deserving of punishment than the kid who's becoming a millionaire in part due to cheating at a game? The entitlement here is insane. We're talking about a 17-year-old who makes probably, based on the kind of view counts that he gets and all the streaming and everything, this guy is probably a 17-year-old millionaire. And a good chunk of this, apparently, was due to cheating. And the other thing, going back to that apology video, he starts out by saying, you know, the community is very important to him, the game is very important to him, his fellow players, and blah, blah, blah. This means so much to him, all of this. And I get that, like, he's doing the usual script, right? And what he's trying to say here is that this is very important to him, and it hurts him a lot that his actions have caused that to be taken away from him. But the whole time I'm watching this stupid video, all I'm thinking is, you're just listing off all of the reasons why you should have taken this a little more seriously and not ruin your fellow gamers' experiences. Why you should not have cheated at this thing that you care about so much, that you're making so much money off of. Also, I think it's pretty rich that Ninja thinks that content creators and streamers who are caught cheating, just because they have a bunch of fans and followers and they make money off of that, they should be given some lenience. He's all but outright saying, if I have a lot of fans, I am better than you, and I deserve to do certain things that you couldn't get away with because I have more fans and I make money. Sorry, that's the world according to Ninja, I guess. It's also pretty funny because it wasn't that long ago that Ninja was throwing these tantrums live on camera because he believed that people were stream sniping him. And for those who don't know, stream sniping is basically when you're following someone in the stream, somebody who's famous, very influential in the platform, to try to hunt them in the game.
I'm going out of my way to make sure this guy's banned. IC5, all right.
So basically you're getting a bit of an unfair advantage, assuming that's what they're actually doing, because obviously Ninja can't prove that, but you'd get an unfair advantage because you'd be basically screen watching them. There are like compilation videos on YouTube where Ninja goes out of his way, his own words by the way, he goes out of his way to report people and hoping that they get banned because he thinks that maybe they are stream sniping him. So you see how it works here? That explains his rationale because that's how he justifies to himself. If he goes out of his way to personally make it so somebody gets banned, he's not a bad guy, he's not a hypocrite. It's different because, well, I have money. I can do that. Somebody else does it to me if my gaming experience is crappy because somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing, which gives them an unfair advantage. They need to get off this game right now, and I'm going to do what I can to make that happen. Now, if some rich streamer or content creator does that, and does that blatantly, puts out the evidence himself, it's undeniable he was doing that.
I'm getting banned. Oh, I'm getting banned! Lock on to someone else. Oh my god, I'm getting banned so soon.
Well, how many followers does he have? Maybe we should go easy on him. It's just a stupid kid making a stupid mistake. But that kid who I think maybe stream snipe me, I hope he dies. Somebody gives Ninja a bad gaming experience, he's going to make sure, he's going to go out of his way to get you banned off of that game. And that's exactly why he justified it like that. He wants to be the arbiter of who gets banned over unfair gaming practices. He doesn't think the rich and famous should be punished for cheating, which is, I guess, predictable coming from the rich and famous. But what do you think? Are you on board with Jarvis being banned? Do you think that should be commuted to maybe like a couple of months ban or maybe a year ban? Or are you okay with him being banned outright for life? I personally, I am. I'm sorry. Hey, count your blessings, kid. You made millions off of this game. Most of us will not see that kind of money in our lifetime. So, you know what? There are other games. Have you heard of a game called PUBG? Try that one. Anyway, as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Follow me on social media. I'm very active on both Twitter and Instagram, and I love to hear from you guys. And that's all the time I have for today. I'm Izzy, and I'm done.